Hello? Okay, I think it is working. That was really quiet. I don't know what that was about. Anyway, hey everyone, welcome back to the Nova Project. If you couldn't guess, I'm pissy. I'm your host as ever. I even got the name wrong. The Nova Nook podcast on the Nova Project. I'm your host as ever, Peppermint 8, joined again
Hi.
by the Obsidian
I just
Nook.
skipped.
We're mad. We're sick of this. My controller died, so the mic got disconnected. So we are pissy. We are back. We are covering Alien, the original, the 1979 sci-fi horror classic, because we've been watching Alien Earth, that we need to watch the new episode of. That's long and short of it. That's probably less than the 5 minutes or so it took to explain it in the original. We're very scared about whether or not these batteries are going to die as well, but here we are. But yeah, Madam hasn't seen the original Alien. We're preparing for another big franchise that we're not going to finish for like another year, because we always fucking do this. We're getting through the Halloweens, which is what's important. We're like 4 movies through, as well as like some of the reboot and the remakes. God, that series is a mess. But yeah, we are getting through the iconic horror movie villains. We've still got to go back and do the OG horror, like Universal monsters at some point, but that most of them are black and white. And you bitch about black and white films.
I think I actually found it easier with black and white when we watched
What was it, Night of the Living Dead? No, Werewolf by Night.
that was it.
Yeah, that was good. That was style. That was a style
Because
choice.
it was more easier to digest.
That was good. That was a good one. That's still the only Marvel movie we've covered. I'm probably wrong. Anyway, so yeah, we're not going on about that. We are, as I say, doing Alien, the film that's older than us, because we are children. I'm trying to remember what we said in the original, and trying to like recapture that.
Well, I'm 90s and you're 2000s.
Yeah, we are but children. So yeah, this is basically what would happen if a slasher film was set in space. Like your Screams, your not so much a Nightmare on Elm Street, but like Friday the 13th. It's an evil monster hunting down and killing people. Pretty much. Except this time it's a freaky fucking insect creature. So yeah, this is a classic for a reason. I hope you enjoyed this film, by the way. You did seem quite intent in watching this.
I wouldn't have it on DVD.
That means you didn't enjoy it. That's in the lower 50% of the letterbox list.
But yeah, it
Ow.
weren't too bad. I mean, it's aged well.
Did you understand it? Like the dialogue? Because you
Yeah.
bitched about that with Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I understood it, but I was more worried about the cat at the time.
Yeah. We're going to have to talk a little bit about Alien Earth, I think. So spoilers for that show.
But yeah, there's a cat in this film.
There is the famous sassy ginger boy named Jonesy. I think if we ever get a ginger cat that's not a Chester, I think we're going to have to call him Jonesy. But yeah, he's a sassy boy. As the internet says, everyone dies because they didn't listen to the cat lady. Which is true, because she's constantly saying, let's not do that, and they're just like, fuck you, I'm in charge. Until it's basically too late. But yeah, so of course little Jonesy just goes around being a nuisance, literally watches someone get murdered, and is just like poker face, and he survives the film, importantly. He's in about 5 minutes of the next film. But yeah, Alien Earth made you paranoid. We watched that first.
Well, I hated the fact that I saw the cat, and because nowadays they have the technology in order for animals to be hurt on screen.
You still shouldn't do that, dude.
As back in the past, it was like, what was it? You said children being killed on screen.
Yeah,
A big no.
the older films.
And I think animals.
It was a big taboo if a kid was hurt in any way on screen.
And I think animals being hurt on screen back in the past as well may have been a big.
Animals have died because Michael Myers literally was eating dogs in the old films. But they would just show the dead bodies, they wouldn't show the dogs actually dying.
I still don't know how I feel about it. I love cats so much.
Basically, Alien Earth is horrifying because they kill a fucking cat, and it's not in a pleasant way. We will save the details. Go watch the show if you want to do that on Disney Plus. This isn't the sponsor bit, but yeah, the fact that the entire time you're like, is he gonna be okay? And I'm like, watch the film.
It sucks because bearing in mind that film is older than us, that cat is probably long gone.
Long gone. The film is 46 years.
It makes me wonder if they ever had Jonesy at the premiere, like they did with I think it was.
Oh, was it the Pet Cemetery remake where they put him in a little tie?
And he leaned into the photo.
Oh, that is so good.
So such an iconic photo for like.
Even if the film was shit, but it was doing its.
That Pet Cemetery. So...
You haven't seen either, but I haven't seen that one.
But I just saw the photo because he looked so handsome in those little ties.
He knew what he was doing. But yeah. Little Jones, I doubt they would have taken him there, the internet wasn't such a big thing. But yeah, so this, as I mentioned, is basically a space slasher, where they have, as I explained to you, they wanted to do something different where it isn't just some unkillable brute for whatever reason. The alien is smart, the alien isn't unkillable, but
I want to say if he's smart, he wouldn't have...
He literally stowed away when he realised the ship was going to explode.
Spoiler alert, he ended up getting
He got yanked out of a fucking airlock.
For something that's meant to be smart to then be thrown out of an airlock and then to be under the what do they call
Yeah, but he got tricked. The thrusters of the plane, of the ship.
Where you kind of saw him get burnt, if you will.
You know he survives that. I think in Romulus there's a bit where he does eventually die, but it's off screen. People weren't happy. Where he basically crashed into a space station and killed everyone there as well.
I mean, it was kind of disgusting learning about the how they become.
Oh yeah, you learning the
This film was educational for me. You were like, I'm going to give you some education because I was watching.
Because in the first 2 episodes of Alien Earth, the facehugger's already done its job. Everyone's dead. There's a bit of a flashback at the start where it's killing like the last person alive, but there's like dead facehuggers and the chestbursters have already done its thing. But I was like, we're going to teach you the full life cycle of how an alien becomes an alien.
If I just put a warning in?
Yeah, go on. Throw yet another warning in.
If you have seizures of any kind, it is very flashy.
Oh, this film is incredibly... Like, we watched it in the dark, and my eyes were hurting, dude.
You covered my eyes a few times, and I had to literally, like, go under the blanket just because it was so... it was like the strobey flash and light.
It was an alarm going off, but it was incredibly bright, because it was, like, 9 o'clock at night. And we had just shut the curtains, turned the lights off, strapped in for a good time.
That was a really intense strobe, though. Cause
it was a lot.
It reminded me of the strobe at, when we were going around with those headphones.
Primeval?
Yeah.
That's a little horror thing now.
But films now aren't, like, really bright and strobey. Like, they're
a bit more controlled. I think they're more cautious.
But back then,
could you imagine seeing that in a cinema?
Sorry. I suffer with seizures, you have to laugh about this stuff.
But yeah, so... Despite the Alien Earth Xenomorph, that's its name by the way, this one is very controlled. It's more strategic about its killing, and it does kill. It doesn't take them to the hive in this one because there isn't one. In a deleted scene, I believe they did have a hive planned, but then, because it's a deleted scene, it's not canon. I thought it may have shown it in this edition, but...
No, but they had all the eggs.
The eggs was on a ship that had crashed. You'll find out about that in Prometheus, eventually.
An interesting fact is that they used children.
They used children to make the set look bigger, which is such an obvious choice to make.
And what was it you said when they did the close-ups of the ship? They were like...
This was back in the days where they save money on CGI. Well, CGI wasn't so much of a thing where everything basically had to be practical. Like the Xenomorph is just a dude in a suit, which is why it's mainly close-ups and like an animatronic, like little tongue mouth. But yeah, so that's good. But going back to the Xenomorph like life cycle, I remember you were like, how is this going to kill everyone? How long does it take for them to grow up? And I was like, oh yeah, it's like a couple of hours. And you were like, what the fuck?
I thought it'd be like a few weeks or a couple of months, and then you were like, yeah, pretty soon. And I was just like,
yeah, it takes a couple of hours.
Because you get a shot with his like skin where he's like.
Brett like picks up where it shedded its skin.
And I was like,
before he gets absolutely
surely
wrecked.
that's not going to grow up that quick. Like,
No. Like, in the book, the same thing happens with a chest burster and it gets away and they're just like, we need to find this fucking thing. And then, because they're like searching the entire colony, because it's so massive, it basically hid right at the back and just grew up within a couple of hours and then just slaughtered most of them.
It's scary how quickly it grew up.
Yeah. It's very scary. There are some in the sequels that get a bit weird, but...
The life cycle is a bit...
The life cycle is intense. It is a bug, though. It is classed as, like, a bug. Because of hives and queens. Yeah. So, we'll talk about more in the sequels and stuff, but we'll concentrate on this. But yeah, the kills are pretty tame. A lot of them are just close-ups of the alien doing head bites. The head bite is a classic kill move. It happens, like, all the time. Whereas in Alien Earth, it's just like everyone's literally getting like torn limb from limb.
I feel like the chest one, the first one to die, was a bit too.
The chest burster is fucking magnificent, and the fact that
too gross for me.
Everyone except for I feel bad forgetting his name now. The actor who plays Kane, he was the only one who knew what was going to happen. So like everyone's reactions in that scene is authentic. But yeah, it's good stuff. Synthetics, of course, still being untrustworthy. Ash is an absolute piece of shit who's just like, yeah, we don't care about you guys, we just want the specimens. Apparently, by the way, Jonesy didn't die because the specimen was too small for, he's too small to have a facehugger.
Oh, okay.
Even though, like, Rottweilers and stuff become, like, facehugged in the sequels.
Okay.
That's something to look forward to. But yeah, so... Could you imagine a cat-sized xenomorph? That'd be horrific. They'd be so fast.
I'm scared for what else shown.
There's nothing too major that I know of, like animal-wise. There's a dog, and I think one of them has a cow. I don't know where I'm thinking of a cow from, I could be wrong. But yeah, so... There's a lot of suspense. There's a lot of, like in the TV show, looking in the dark spots to see where the alien could be hiding. Because it blends in so well. But the sequels are going to get mad. Yeah, it's good. I still think I like Aliens more. Because it's more actiony, but it keeps the horror.
I'm not going to comment
until you watch it, yeah.
Where it goes.
We've got a lot of films.
And then ask me that question.
We have a lot of films to cover. And we've obviously covered Predator 1. We've got the AVP films to do, the Aliens versus Predator ones. Christ. But yeah, that's a story for another day. So yeah. Obviously, we'll wrap it up now. Unless you have anything else you want to add.
No.
No.
Just as usual.
Just don't watch if you're an epileptic.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, so best kill can easily go to Kane. It's the chest burster, I mean, come on. It's brutal, it's shock value. Can't imagine what it would have been like in the cinemas back in the day.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be popcorn while seeing that on screen.
Yeah, that was not pleasant. Worst kill I think can go to Dallas, the guy who gets grabbed in the vent. He's not even explicitly killed. However...
It's just like he disappeared. He was there 1 second and then gone.
I will say. The aforementioned deleted scene showed the hive. Dallas managed to survive. They were planning to use him as like a host for a facehugger. And then Ripley basically just burns him alive at his request to not let him suffer. But yeah, because we're going off of the cinematic and the Disney Plus version, we have to unfortunately go off of those rules. So yeah, he's off screen, unfortunately. So yeah, that's about it. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think we covered it all.
Yeah, cool. Alright. Unstick and sit up. I've been at work, I'm knackered. I've got to do a book review now. But yeah, thank you ever so much for listening. I hope your host as ever, Purple Minute 8, joined again. Couldn't tell if I needed a burp, but I did. Excuse me. Joined once more by the Obsidian Nook. Got there in the end. It's her turn next time. Maybe we'll have something a bit more cheery. We'll see. Probably not. We're probably going to get fucking Halloween 5. Oh no! Oh god, yeah. But yeah. Thank you ever so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. If it stops recording. Oh, fuck me. Are we doing this?